Today we're going to be fitting the Thule SmartClamp roof rack system, which is a low profile roof rack on the roof, which I'm going to use to mount the solar panels and other things on the roof, save drilling lots of holes. So let's get on with it. We're going to be fitting the Thule SmartClamp roof rack, and basically there's a piece that goes along here and then a piece that goes over the other side. Like everything with this job, there are a couple of complications to deal with, but we'll start with the simple side. And the first job is to clean it as it mounts along here. So we're going to clean up all along here. So let's get on with it. Let's move along and work our way further back. There we go, that's the roof washed. Now just need to rinse it off to get rid of the soapy water and then let it dry. Let's do that now. So we've got this bracket, got these nuts, we slide these along here, we pop this on here, line it up with the holes, we want it down this end, and there's a couple of locking nuts going here. That's how they fit, so just tighten those up. Solid as a rock. We've got another 3 to do. It's a bit awkward. It's not the best, that one, with it being there, but it is nice and solid, and I am going to stick the rail down so it shouldn't cause too much trouble. I've actually put those two on either side, just then pull back, pull forward. It's got one of each, so that'll forward motion, that one back motion. Just seemed common sense, really. Anyway, last one on this side. It's always a fiddly one, isn't there? Do you find that? Always one that doesn't quite go in. Right, other side now, we'll put the clamps on. It comes with these smart clamps that clamp around the actual mounting points for the rack. Really solid fit there. Let's have a look how we put it on. There's the mounting point. So basically what we do is we pop this over here, just pop the camera down, make sure these are relatively loose. You can see there it's got this little slidey piece. We want that pulled back here for now. I want to pop that over the bracket. There we go, it's sat now. And then we basically loosen up a little bit more. Basically going to pull these forward. There we go. That's now pulled forward, so it's around the clamp. So what we're going to do now, simply tighten it up. As I discovered in a minute, it doesn't make sense to tighten it up at the moment. We want the bar on first, then we can adjust it. Solid as a rock. We're going to move to the back one because we only get 4 of them. So we're going to that back corner now. This is the last one, so let's get that one on. I'm going to loosen them a little bit just to make it easy to get over. And then make sure that's moved back, nice and loose. There we go. That on its mounting point. Sat in there, and then there we go, another solidly fixed job. They're all tight, nice and solid there. Brilliant, that's all the fittings fitted. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that matches with 1, 2, 3, 4 at the other side. So I've got the bar up to test fit it. What's important is it's slightly higher at one side than the other because the roof curves off a little bit. You probably see on the end there. The higher bits on this side next to the awning rail lines up nicely with the brackets we've put on. And we just need to slide some mounts along there so we can screw that up when it's finished. And then once it's on, it'll pull back nicely. Just pop some masking tape on here that just gives me the edge of where to put the silicone up to, just that we're not siliconing in the end or Sikaflexing, should I say. We've got a few more of them to mark up, and then that'll just fix up against that. Next thing to do is we've got these little fasteners to slide in, which the bolt to fix it on goes into, so it's going to pop these and just move them along to position or rough position. Tease them along with the pencil. Then they're ready to bolt on. Don't know if that's the right way around to do it. It might have been easier to do them later, but I just thought while it's there, they're easy enough to move along just with a pencil there. Get them roughly in position. I'm sure they'll move again, as I've got to flip this over then. And then basically, next job is to clean it and clean all the way along here just to make sure it's perfectly clean, and then pop some activator and then pop the Sikaflex on. So fingers crossed all goes to plan. Get any grease off. Just isopropanol. We'll crack on and get the grease off, and I'm just going to clean that along as well. Make sure we get some good adhesion when we stick it down. There's that done. We'll move along now to the next part. Now we're on to the tricky bit. We're going to use some Sika Activator 205, which says on it for professional use only. Need to be a bit careful. And then we're going to use some Sikaflex 252 just to stick it down. I've popped it on some blocks as I don't have anyone to help me, but ideally you could do with 2 people, and the plan is then just to spin it carefully back and then just drop it down, and hopefully we won't make too much of a mess. Wish me luck. So the first thing I'm going to do is just pop some activator on and just put it in the groove here, and then I'm going to put some on the roof. So let's get on with that. And here first, let's make sure we've got good covering. Careful not to knock it over. It's along to the end there. And get into the groove. Pop some on the van. Just along the edge where it's going to go. Make sure the Sikaflex sticks as it should. And move along. Do the other end. Hello. Right. Let's bob the Sikaflex on now. This is the bit I don't like. I'm actually going to go and chop a bit off the end of that. It's too tight. It's definitely thicker than the Sika 500 series. Just going to move back a little bit. Just move back a bit again. Actually, much easier doing it from the back. Right, let's try this one. Well, that was much easier, wasn't it? And now very carefully had to turn it over without dropping it on the roof, except for in the position I wanted it to drop in. So this was a little bit faffy. It would be much, much easier if you had 2 people on the job. Right, we'll just clean up any of the overspill on the sicker with this. Now just get these bolts in just to make sure everything dries nice and how we want it to. Take that off as well. Need that now. I'm pleased that worked, just lifting it to drop it on. That worked quite well, didn't it? Just going to go and grab a spanner now, tighten this one up. Well, there we have it. That's the rail on, nice and solid. Those tighten up using a number 10 spanner. So that's fixed, nicely tight down. So it just wants leaving now to let the sicker flex cure. But not a bad job, I don't think. Unless you've spotted something I haven't. Next, obviously, is the other side, and we've got a complication because the max event that's for the washroom is in the way, so we're going to have to cut the bar on that side and then just fit it part way along. So we'll have the front support. Obviously, when we get some cross ones, it'll be nice and strong anyway, and then we'll pick up and get the last 3 over there and cue the rain. I just took Roxy out for a wander. Now we're back and we'll get onto this side. I've taken the nut and bolt out there, just that it's handy. Because it's going to run along here, I'm going to have to cut it. Just figuring out the best way to do it, because I can run it across to there. I can just stop it here. I think I'll probably just cut it just on a slight angle there. 45 degrees there, I think. Just need to do a bit of measuring now. Because we want to line the front of it up with that one, which comes up just over the edge of here. So we'll make a piece for there that comes back to here. It's a shame I have to cut it, but it is what it is. Let's get on with it. So process we're going to follow here is measure up the size we need from this, because that will then be cut off the other end. I'll also then measure the distance between that, because then I need to just take a chunk out. I think I'm just going to keep it flat rather than angle it. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going to work best. It's a shame actually, because it was just slightly further over there. They've probably got that across, you know. But it is what it is. This will obviously rely on this end with it actually being stuck down there, whereas on this end we have got that anchor and fastening. But once we get a bar across here, it'll all hold together nicely anyway. I imagine the Sikaflex will hold it perfectly well, but we do still then have that mechanical fastening. And then for the back, we've got 1, 2, 3 fastening points, so can't see us having any problem there. So the question is, do I do the front or the back first? Might start with the back. There's all of the bolts removed, so we're ready to go. So go and get the tape measure now. The cut size is perfect, look at that, spot on. However, I need to loosen these off so we can get the bolt in there. So I'm just going to loosen them off so we're ready, so we're not faffing on when we've stuck it. And go in there and then they'll screw down. Right, let's get the roof prepped, whip that over again. We'll clean the roof up with some isopropanol, and then after we've done the isopropanol, we'll use the Sicker activator, and then we will use the Sikaflex. And this time we will use the electric applicator, because it was a nightmare with the manual one on the other side. It's quite much stiffer than the 500 series Sikaflex. So it worked cracking though with the electric one. So anyway, enough talk, let's get some action. That's that cleaned up. So next job is to pop the Sikaflex on. We've got our handy tool. Right, let's see if we can do the magic on this one. There we go, so we've fastened those, just need to tighten those up a little bit, and then that's, look at that, solid as a rock, and solid, and that's there. Should have just cleaned that up before putting it on. I'll do that with the other side. And there's the other bit fitted, so it's left a little bit of space here, and I'll 3D print some little ends for there. I don't think that looks bad, does it? Let's overcome the problem. I'm just going to go and tighten these screws up now. We're on the finishing off jobs now, so we're going to fit the end caps on it. We have a bolt that slots into the aluminium, clips in like that, comes with this Allen key to tighten it up. There we go, one end cap fitted. And on that, that's it, job done. That's the Thule SmartClamp roof rack fitted. So the next step, I'm going to give it a day or two for the sick effects to dry properly, just to make sure everything's okay before pulling around at anything. And I'm just going to check it, and then after that, next step is to actually measure up for the bars. I'm going to get some 30 by 30 extruded aluminium. I think that's going to be the right size, and then just make the struts to fix the solar panels and other bits and pieces too. But the reason for doing this was it saves drilling lots of holes in the roof, because to do this there's no holes being drilled at all in the roof. It's fixing to the awning mount, which in turn fix to the van roof rack mounts, and the same on the other side. Specific clamps that allow it to fit without needing to drill holes in the roof, because with the solar panels I was going to end up with too many holes in the roof, and one was bound to leak. So now the only holes we need in the roof are the ones where I want to feed cables through. So I'm really pleased with that job. Let us know in the comments what you think. Would you fit one of these, or would you have just fitted the solar panels down? It wasn't overly complicated to fit. It was pretty straightforward. If you didn't have the complexity of the fan in the way, it would be even more straightforward again. You're probably wondering how much I paid for it. They normally retail around £400, but I managed to find a cheeky discount code and get it for £346.81. Bargain. I've got a choice for you for the next one. We can either have a look inside of the van and see how we're getting on and see what's been done and get up to date on that, or I can give you a view of the electrical things I'm going to be installing in the van. Drop in the comments which you prefer to be the next video. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this useful, and I will catch you for the next bit. Bye!